So, there's a little random baby that I got off the internet. When I was doing my research, it was honestly really hard for me to find like what is developing in the body, within the body, and like a lot of my articles that I was finding talked about like brain development, memory, motor skill, executive attention. I got all my definitions off of dictionary.com. So basically, it's really essential for brain development, growth, and overall health. The hippocampus, which is like in the back of the brain, it's a structure in the brain that is used for forming and stabilizing new information. So while a child is sleeping, they're developing their memory, which is the ability to remember or create memories. Motor skill development, which is like clapping, sitting, walking, standing, like waving. And then executive attention, which just basically allows the brain to focus. Okay, so lack of sleep can cause sleep deprivation, and this is just a visual representation of what I feel like when I'm sleep deprived. So affected by fatigue, weakness, impaired judgment, loss of mental alertness, and due to lack of sleep. So in children, they could be really hyperactive, they could be cranky, they can have a short attention span, health issues, and their physical and psychological development can suffer. So when I first had my baby, like I wasn't really aware of like how important their sleeping schedule was. I kind of honestly had him on my sleeping schedule, and it was like he was getting the time of sleep that he needed, but it wasn't on like the right time. Like now he goes to bed at 8 o'clock, and before we would go to bed at like 2 o'clock in the morning and sleep until like 1 o'clock in the afternoon. So this is just the hours of sleep for all ages, so 0 to 3 months, 14 to 17 hours, and that includes nap time. So they're not going to sleep all of that in like one time span. 4 to 11 months, 12 to 15 hours, 3 to 5 years, 10 to 13. And then as adults, and especially like college students, we need to make sure that we're getting at least 7, 8 hours of sleep at the least. Like, yeah, get your sleep. So safe sleep, not only is sleep important for babies, but safe sleep is also a major role. Newborns should be sleeping in the same room as the parents in a crib for the first few months. I know a lot of people, I know a lot of people, me personally, I co-slept, and that was because I was breastfeeding and I felt that it was like easier. They need to be in a supine position, which is flat on the back. And then, although most parents bed share, pediatricians strongly advise against it for the first year of their life. So napping is important. Over time, as babies and children get older, napping will no longer be needed, but it's very important for babies and toddlers because during that time, they're also developing during the day. And then according to Dr. Mark, he's the author of Healthy Sleep Habits. Napping is one of the health habits that sets the stage for good sleep overall. And while I was doing my research, I read a quote that kind of stuck with me, and it was like, a good day starts the night before. That kind of stuff with me. Experts agree that napping is essential for proper growth and development. 3 keys to napping. Get the timing right. If you let them sleep late in the day, they're going to be up later in the evening. Provide a motionless environment. Maintain a consistent soothing style. And then these 2 are both according to Dr. Mark. These are his 2 methods that he came up with. Method A being the baby is comforted and held for a while and put down still awake. Method B rocks and holds the baby/child until they're asleep. And he actually suggested method A for nap time and method B for nighttime. My input on that is get to know the environment and what your child is like able to sleep in and what environment they sleep best in. Like my kid, I could vacuum and he'll still be passed out. I could do dishes and he's still passed out. Like he's a heavy sleeper. Soothing styles could be like rubbing the back, lots of love obviously, singing, humming, soothing music, white noise, the fan, like all that helps. So here's just some tips for getting children to sleep. Develop a routine that lets the body know that it's time to rest. Quiet activities before bed, reading, talking, like stop sugary snacks and drinks at a certain time, monitor nap times, have a set bedtime and routine, and monitor what they're watching on TV before bed. You want to avoid overstimulating shows and movies. Even as adults, we need to maintain a good sleeping schedule. Managing off a few hours of sleep is not healthy for children or adults. It is a need. I was going to put necessity, but I suck at spelling. It is a necessity for our life and health.